Hello, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good night everyone, how are you today? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Tonight, we will learn about politeness theory. What all of you already know about our material tonight? Don't worry, because we were going to peel it off one by one. And without lingering, we go straight to the first discussion. Okay, Theory of Politeness, formulated in 1978 and revised in 1987 by Brown and Levinson. Politeness is interlocutors' desire to be pleasant to each other through a positive manner of addressing. Base of politeness theory is interlocutors have face which they consciously project, try to protect and preserve. A linguistic interaction is necessarily a social interaction. In order to make a sense of what is said is an interaction, we have to look at various factors which relate to social distance and closeness. Both types of factors, external and internal, have an influence not only on what we say but also on how we are interpreted. Recognizing the impact of such evaluation makes it very clear that more is being communicated than is said. The investigation on that impact is normally carried out in terms of politeness. Okay, what is politeness? According to Brown and Levinson in 1978, everyone has self-public image which has relation to emotional and social sense of self and expect everyone else to recognize. This theory forms a term of face. Face means the public self-image of a person. It refers to that emotional and social sense of self that everyone has and expect everyone else to recognizing. And politeness is an interaction, can then be defined as the means employed to show awareness of another person's face. In this sense, politeness can be accomplished in situations of social distance or closeness, showing the equivalent awareness for another person's face when that other person's social distance is often described in terms of respect or difference. Phase 1. Brown and Levinson observe face as emotional invested, thus can be lost, maintained or unchanged, that must be continuously attended to in interaction. They observe that one's face depends on other face being maintained through cooperation during an interlocution. Within their everyday social interaction, people generally behave as if their expectation concerning their public self-image or their face wants will be respected. First, if some action might be interpreted as the threat to another face, the speaker can say something to lessen the possible threat. This is called face saving act or FSA. And if a speaker says something that represents a threat to another individual's expectation regarding self-image, it is described as face-threatening act (FTA). For example, in the situation, young neighbor is playing loud music late at night, the grandparent cannot sleep. A. I'm going to tell him to stop that awful noise right now. This is the example for FTA. And B, perhaps you could just ask him if he's going to stop soon because it's getting a bit late and people need to get to sleep. And this is example for FSA. Next is polite strategies. The tendency to use positive politeness form, emphasizing closeness between speaker and hearer, can be seen as solidarity strategy. This may be the principal operation strategy among a whole group, or it may be an option used by an individual speaker on a particular occasion. The tendency to use negative politeness form, emphasizing the hearer's right to freedom, can be seen as a different strategy. It can be the typical strategy of a whole group or just an option used on a particular occasion. And positive and negative politeness. Positive politeness leads the requesters to appeal to a common goal and even friendship via expressions such as those in A. How about letting me use your pen? Hey buddy, I'd appreciate it if you let me use your pen. Positive politeness gives a greater risk for the speaker of suffering as a refusal and maybe preceded by some getting to know you talk. And negative politeness, a face saving, is more commonly performed. The most typical form used is a question containing a modal verb such as, could you lend me a pen? I'm sorry to bother you, but can I ask you for a pen or something? Self and other, say nothing. Many people seem to prefer to have their needs recognized by others without having to express those needs in language. One way to see the relevance of the relationship between this politeness concept and language use is to take a single speech even and map out the different interpretation associated with different possible expression used within that event. Example, you arrive at an important lecture, pull out your notebook to take notes, but discover that you don't have anything to write with. You think that the person sitting next to you may provide the solution. In the scenario, you are going to be self, and other people next to you is going to be other. You look in back, and the others like, here, use this. The last material is say something off and on record. Off record, even if you decided to say something, you don't have actually to ask for anything. You can perhaps, after you reach through your bag, simply produce a statement between below. Ugh, I forgot my pen. I forgot where I put my pen. It is off record because the other can act as if the statement have not even been heard. And on record if the speaker directly addressed the others as a means of expressing the speaker's need. Give me a pen, lend me your pen. In conclusion, politeness theory is a self-public image which has relation to emotional and social sense of self and expect everyone else to recognize. This theory formed as term of face. In other words, in interaction, you can be defined as the means employed to show awareness of another person's face. In this sense, politeness can be accomplished in situations of social distance or closeness. There are several parts in politeness theory. First, phase 1. There is a VSA, face saving act, is interpreted as threat to another face, and also FTA, face threatening act, is the threat to another individual's expectation regarding self-image. Second is the positive face is the need to be accepted to know that his or her wants are shared. And the negative is to independent have freedom of action and imposed by others. And the strategies is the solidarity strategy, emphasizing closeness between speaker and hearer, while the different strategy is emphasizing the hearer's right to freedom. And the last part is the self and others. Say something is preferred to have their needs recognized by others without having to express their needs in language. While on record is decided to say something, on record directly address the other as a mean. Thank you for watching my videos. I hope it can help you to learn about pragmatics, especially politeness theory. And I'm sorry if there is a mistake or my pronounce is not clearly, but I hope you enjoy my videos.